Hello and welcome back to the video. In today's video, I am photographing slides to sell on eBay, and I didn't really have anything major to talk about for this video. I did have a comment where someone asked me to please just shut my mouth, so that was awesome. There is a mute button, so if you don't want to listen to me, you can just mute it. I went through all of this, and I don't know. I've been looking at other YouTubers, and um, most importantly, like Hustle and Hooks and Commonwealth Thrift are two that I've been watching more of lately. The NC Picker also, but they both brought up things in several recent videos about YouTubers that are resellers, and then also about sales going down. I think Craigslist Hunter mentioned about how people are willing to sell things now because they need the money, which is great for us as resellers. We can get things very cheap, but it might be hard for us as resellers to then flip them, go around and flip them and get what we wanted for them. And that can be a downside for us. I'm wondering what garage sale season will look like for us. Right now, we are still in winter. As I'm recording this, there is a big snow and ice storm north of us. It is just missing us, which is great, but we are getting like really crazy winds and storms and torrential rain today. But we are still in winter, and we probably have another month. I would say where we live, winter could go all the way to April, and honestly, you're not really safe until May. We've played soccer games in April where it's actually snowing outside. So we tend not to see garage sales happen until May, maybe the last week of April, but May is really when it is. But unfortunately for us, we have activities every weekend when garage sales go on. And I try to hit them Fridays as much as I can after work, but some sales aren't open and people are less willing to make deals on Fridays because they're always looking for the Saturday sale, where on Saturdays they tend to be more willing to make deals because they don't want to take it back into their house. But on Fridays, if they price things cheaply, you have a better chance of getting good stuff. So it goes back and forth. But I'm interested to see what the garage sale prices will be this year. Last year, the garage sale prices were not amazing. I was not pleased with it. But I'm a little worried because my sales have slowed down to one item a day, which makes shipping every other day fine. If I was shipping every day and I just had one item to take, even with calculating mileage to and from the post office, that would be difficult for me to justify mailing one item a day. And that's why I have 2-day handling time. So I can get as many items to the post office as possible. So I'm hoping I will sell something today, but it is already in the afternoon when I'm recording this, and I've yet to sell anything today. I have sent out offers. I do have promoted listings on, and I am running a sale. The only thing I haven't done is listed something in a long time. It's been probably 2 weeks since I've listed something, and our items went down from 700 to 690 something, where being above 700 is kind of our sweet spot. So my husband and myself need to get on listing stuff. But again, like I've complained about in the past, to photograph it, we really have to clean off our dining room table and not let anybody use it while we're photographing, which can be difficult when you have 3 children in a house. So I'm hoping to get around to photographing, but I will also be gone this weekend. So it can be difficult. And one of the things difficult was garage sale season and having an activity every Saturday early in the morning. Usually none of them are. We can have soccer games from 8 in the morning till 1 in the afternoon every Saturday. So that kind of kills garage sales for me. I prefer community sales. And even if I do a community sale, I prefer to skip the houses and just do the churches, and I tend to get better deals at the churches than I do at people's individual houses. Plus, sometimes I feel weird walking up and be like, wow, they way overpriced everything, and they are super excited when you pull up. So I don't know. It's great. There's a big church rummage sale right now but it's pouring down rain. It's a Wednesday, and I just didn't feel like going. But it was like a local quilting guild is selling all of their, they're having a stash sale, supply sale. So like they're overstocking stuff. All the ladies bring it in and sell it. They're less willing to negotiate because a lot of times it's not stuff they have. It's not a donation. It's more a consignment. So a lot of times they're less willing to negotiate because they are consigning it together. Or if one person's willing to negotiate but another person's not willing to negotiate on their prices, they won't negotiate. However, usually, and I've done this sale before, usually at the end of the day, they will do like 50% off or a bag sale. But again, you don't get top pick. You get better prices, but you don't get top pick. I did go to a thrift store this past week, mainly looking for items, again, that I needed for myself. But I swung through it. I was looking for a full-length mirror, which I just gave in and bought one at Target that I really like. But I was going around looking for full-length mirrors, and I couldn't find one anywhere. So I went through the thrift store I go to has like a boutique room, which is what they consider like their name brand, higher price stuff. And then they have a women's normal clothing room, a men's normal clothing room, and several children's racks. They have very limited children's clothing because they work for like the money there from that benefits a women and children's shelter. So a lot of the children's clothes goes to the shelter. A lot of the women's clothes will also go to the shelter. So they have a fairly large men's selection. The women's selection I would say is mediocre. But I went there and I found Spanx pants, the perfect pant, flare, high-waisted, new with tags, and they were selling it for $20. And these pants sell around $100 online, and mine was new with tags, so that made it even better. If it wasn't new with tags, they sell for around $50. So the chance of me running across that was very slim. Another thing is they had one of those huge FAO shorts pianos that you put on the floor from the movie Big, those of you that are my age or older. And it was still wrapped in cellophane, sealed and packaged, and a lady in front of me snapped it up before I could even grab it, and they had it on sale for $5.99. This is the same store that I got the Monster in my closet doll that sells fairly high. And I got educational, like, oh gosh, it's something tiles. But I don't even remember the name of it, but it was a full classroom educational box of these tiles and all the materials to go with it. So I sold each packet individually. I broke it down to like 16 packets. And I paid $2.99 for this educational packet, and I was selling each individual packet, all 16 of them. I sold each individual packet for $30, and it had the teacher's book, all of the workbooks for the children, and a set of the tiles. I sold those all for $30 each. So I made like a bunch of money off of that. But the chances of you finding one of those again, you can't make a full business model around finding these weird educational toys you happen to come across. I did sell 2 more lots of slides this weekend, which was nice, but they aren't steady, consistent sellers. So I can't base my whole business off of selling slides or my whole business off of selling vintage items. Clothing. I think the only way for my business to survive is diversity in products. I am leaning more towards vintage stuff just because of the auctions and estate sales we've been at lately don't have new things. So I can't list those in my store if I don't have access to them. Now, when we go to the bins this weekend, I may have access to more new clothing, but I'm also going to lean towards vintage items again at the bins because they tend to be selling more. Thank you for watching my video. Please stay and watch the digitals of the slides. Have a wonderful day, and please like and subscribe.